Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And I think you should pour it.
And I'm going to pour it.
It's been a long day. If you knew what kind of afternoon we had
Yes.
getting to this point. But pour the wine. We're here. We're ready.
Yes, we are. Man, was it a hot day or what?
It was, yeah, we're melting. We're all melting here on the East Coast. I think large part of the country too.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
A big part of it.
We would love it if you have time and you can go click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode.
Yes.
If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review. And fingers crossed, hopefully it's a positive review.
Yes.
But we would just appreciate any time you take out to, give us feedback, leave a comment, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And how we're doing.
So. Well, Speaking of reviews.
Yeah.
Guess who just got another 5-star?
Tell me.
Oh, this one was from Mr. Christmas 25.
And we love Christmas. I'm so excited
Yes.
to get a review.
That's ironic, right?
It is. No, it's great.
I think it's great.
Serendipitous.
Yes.
One could say.
Yes, serendipitous.
Serendipity, great movie.
Yes, it is. You got me hooked on it. And now it's my favorite Christmas movie.
Well, I don't know. Your favorite Christmas movie? It's one that we have to watch, but
yeah,
it's up there.
So you know what he said?
Tell me.
He said it reads, or sorry. He said, I love hearing your take on these movies. The format is super well done. Wishing you both success.
That's so nice.
You know how nice that is?
That is very nice. And actually, I really like hearing that because, our podcast is new.
Yes, it is.
And we worked on what kind of format we wanted to do, how we wanted to address it. And we do have like an outline.
Yes, we do.
Right, that we generally follow.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps us on track. And the truth is, we love.
Yes, we do.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Movies. We watch tons of series, and we love the Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
I mean, we have it on all the time. For a while, we literally had it on all the time. And we just find it's just a great escape.
Yeah.
And we really do love it. So thank you so much, Mr. Christmas 25, for that review. It was short, sweet, but it really meant a lot.
Yes, it did.
I think to both of us because, we love it. We love doing this. So
yeah, we sure do.
It's cool. Yeah, I'm here for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christmas.
You can also find us on social media. All the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, Threads. What was that?
That was all of the socials.
It's been a day. I'm just excited that we got another review. It's very exciting.
It's very
and,
exciting.
I love that it's positive. Of course, I'm sure eventually we'll get maybe not so positive, but we appreciate it. Yeah.
I mean, let us know.
Yeah, we're here for it.
We're willing to learn and
grow.
And change and grow.
And it's about growth and change and cool.
All right. Well, today we're reviewing the third Passport to Love movie, Villa Amore, that aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, June 21st, 2025. If you missed it, you can catch it now on Hallmark Plus.
You sure can. We're off to Italy.
Italy. All right. Well, tell us who's in this one.
All right. Let's go. Kevin McGarry plays Leo. He, of course, is a Hallmark staple.
Yes,
He's widely known for his portrayal of Nathan Grant in 76 episodes of When Calls the Heart between 2019 and 2025, or so far to the present. Some of his other Hallmark work includes Reason for the Season, which we talk about a lot, in 2024, and Checking It Twice in 2023. He was in the 3 Wedding Veil movies in 2022 and 2023. He was in the series Heartland for 48 episodes between 2016 and 2021. And I believe his very first Hallmark appearance was in Signed, Sealed, Delivered from Paris with Love in 2015.
Yes, he owned a restaurant.
I think that was his first one. Some of his other work includes an episode of Schitt's Creek in 2020.
Okay.
Taken.
Ooh.
I Will Find You and I Will Kill You. He was in the series one episode in 2018. You have to do that every time we say Taken. A series called Open Heart, 12 episodes in 2015. Eloise Mumford plays Liara. She's been in several Hallmark films, including Sweeter Than Chocolate in 2023, which is really cute.
Yes.
The Presence of Love in 2022, One December Night in 2021, and Christmas with Holly in 2012. Some of her other work includes 8 episodes of Cross in 2024.
Okay.
Do you know who she played in Cross?
I do not.
I don't know the character name, but she was the one who gets kidnapped. She's the one that, I think it's Ryan Eckel. He makes her into Eileen Wuornos, the serial killer. Remember?
Right.
That's her.
Oh,
That's her. She's
wow.
so good in that.
Okay.
Oh my gracious, she's so good in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
That freaked me out because it's kind of real. Like
Yes.
there are crazy, sick people out there. So.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. But Cross is good in a good way, in an entertaining kind of way. She was also in 8 episodes of The Right Stuff, a Disney series in 2020. Do you remember the movie? Same name, The Right Stuff. It was based on the book.
Yes, I remember.
About the first astronauts.
Yes.
Yes, the Mercury 7.
Yes.
Scott Carpenter, Gordon Cooper, John Glenn, Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Alan Shepard, and Deke Slayton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I'm sure Disney did a great job on the series, and HBO actually had a great miniseries. Did you ever see that? It was in the late 90s. It was called From the Earth to the Moon, and it was about the space program and the progression of everything that happened, from breaking the sound barrier, Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier, and then the astronauts. And yeah, pretty cool. So I think she played one of the wives in that one. She was in all three 50 Shades movies.
Ooh.
50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades Freed.
Okay.
And she was in the TV series The River, 8 episodes in 2012.
Oh,
We watched that.
Acting credits, man.
Jonathan Dillon King plays Kyle, Liara's fiance. This is his Hallmark premiere. He has about a dozen credits, including The Well in 2023, From Scratch, which was a Netflix miniseries in 2022, where he appeared in 6 episodes, and the series Kidding, 1 episode in 2020.
All right.
Megan Gay plays Marianne, which is Liara's mom. Was it Liara? Am I pronouncing that right? Liara. Yep. This is her Hallmark premiere. Her other work includes Das Netz, Prometheus in 2022, You Are Wanted for 3 episodes in 2018, Forget About Nick in 2017, and Hindenburg, The Last Flight in 2013. That's a hard word to say. Aurora Cancian, I'm probably mispronouncing that, plays Nona. She plays Leo's Nona. This is her Hallmark premiere. Her other work includes A Starry Sky Above the Roman Ghetto, Amore Pensati Tu. I don't want to embarrass myself with Italian. She was in 14 episodes in 2017. And interestingly enough, she does a lot of Italian voice dubbing.
Okay.
So she did the voice dubbing for Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017. Wow. She voiced Anne-Marie Haig. In Romeo and Juliet in 2013, she voiced Bala. And she did Grown Ups. She voiced Gloria in 2010. She did the Italian dubbing for the role Gloria. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Barbara Venturato plays Mia, which is Liara's neighbor. This is her first Hallmark production. She's an Italian actress who has 11 acting credits, including this movie. She was in a TV series called Doc for 1 episode in 2024 and Invisible Witness in 2018.
Okay.
And again, I'm trying to just read the ones that I can pronounce or that were translated to English on IMDb. Raphael Tati plays Alejandro. He's the concierge. He's an Italian actor, and this is his Hallmark premiere. He had 10 things listed on his IMDb, including Hanger in 2024 and Artificial Truth in 2023.
Okay.
Roberto Attias plays Enzo. He is the Italian real estate agent who sells the house for €1, right? Is it one euro? He's another Italian actor in his Hallmark premiere. He has 24 acting credits, most in Italian. And again, I'll just name the English ones when I can. Studio Battaglia. See, I shouldn't have done that one. 1 episode in 2022. He was in the series My Daughters, 1 episode in 2010. And Don Matteo, 2 episodes in 2001 and 2008.
Awesome.
Now I'm going to take a sip.
You take a sip. Man. Wow. Ooh, that was a lot. So, you want to dive into this?
Let's dive in. Let's do it.
Well, let's talk about, what you thought about it.
Should we drop the synopsis first?
Oh, I did it again.
Why don't you drop the synopsis?
I did it.
You want to get right to it. We got to say what we're talking about,
goodness.
right? Why don't you drop the synopsis?
Okay. Liara goes to Italy and impulsively buys the villa where her parents met. She soon learns she is in way over her head and must ask a lawyer turned handyman to help her renovate. Ooh, McGarry.
Leo.
This was filmed in early 2025 in Rome, Italy. According to Kevin McGarry, which he spells his name Gary the same way I do.
That's his last name, though.
I know, but
it's 2 R's.
That's right.
2 R's. We roll it, right?
The crew was 100% Italian.
Yep.
Yes.
You said that in an interview,
That's awesome.
I think.
Man, I always do that, don't I? I always forget to drop
the synopsis. Let's drop the synopsis. And we were just saying we have an outline that we follow.
I know, right?
We mostly do. Well,
I get so excited to
jump
into this, but
you want to get into what we thought?
Yeah, our first takes. What you want me to do mine first?
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
Go for it.
So,
I'm here to listen.
I love the on-location shooting.
Yes,
right?
I totally agree.
It totally makes the movie.
I agree.
With today's, special effects and everything, it's just good to just see some straight up shooting on location. I love the friendliness of all the people in the movie, the cast members,
the friendliness.
Yeah, like how they treated each
chemistry
other. Yeah, the chemistry. The culture again.
Oh,
I love the culture.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I see where you're going.
I'm sorry. I had something in my throat.
Drink some wine.
Yes. And I just loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we watched these twice, right?
Yes, I was going to talk about this.
The first time we watched it, I was
so
like,
funny you're bringing this
I
up.
don't know if I like this or not, because I felt like there was a lot of cuts that didn't go together. And we'll talk about some of them later on in the podcast, but that was one of the things. But when we watched it the second time, I was like, okay, well, this makes sense now to me. There's not so many. I didn't think there was a lot. So I may have had a little bit of change.
Just a little
of heart.
tiny change of heart.
Just a little bitty tiny. What about you? What did you?
I'm so glad you brought up watching it twice, because we watch it once because we want to enjoy it as it was meant to be enjoyed. We don't take any notes. Nope. I mean, we're kind of watching it with the eye of the review, but not really. Like, I really just like to take it in.
Yeah, me too.
And then, the first time was a little rough for me. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. We've seen worse.
No, the acting was great.
Yeah, the acting was good. I really, really loved, Kevin and Eloise together.
Yes.
Leo and Liara. I loved them together. There were just some things that were kind of missing for me the first time. And then when we watched it the second time, I have a greater appreciation for it. Right. I enjoy. It's not that I enjoyed it more, because I did enjoy it the first time. Yeah. I thought it was thoroughly enjoyable. I liked watching it. I thought their chemistry worked. I love the on-location shoots.
Yeah.
I love the other characters.
Yeah.
In it were kind of funny and fun. And, it worked better for me the second time as well, which we'll get into more
yeah.
Well, in a little bit.
Well, let's talk about the meet cute.
The meet cute. Yes. All right, let's talk about the meet cute.
What did you think about that?
Was it perfection for you? Do you see what I did there?
Perfection. P-O-U-R. I get it.
I get it.
Fun.
I actually really thought it was cute.
Yeah, it was.
I thought her going into the pastry shop. Mm-hmm. She's speaking English, right? Yep. And she kind of startles Leo. He's working under the sink, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's trying to fix
the
leak or whatever.
Leak.
Yeah, and then he bumps his head as he's coming out.
Yeah, because she kind of startles him.
And then he says something in Italian, and she says something like, "Oh, I'm English," or something. I don't speak Italian. And then he starts to speak Italian. I mean,
or English. Right.
So,
and she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." It was pretty cute.
Yeah.
The meet cute was cute. I didn't mean to use cute again, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, whatever.
I enjoyed it. I thought they did great on the meet cute.
Yes.
What about some favorite scenes? Do you have some favorite scenes?
I sure
in this one?
do.
All right. You want to talk about 1, 2,
yes.
10, 20? I don't know.
I want to just talk about the scenes between Nona and Enzo.
They were so good. They were really good. Yeah. Yeah. So like the whole arc of that was good.
Because he was banned from the restaurant, and he would always sneak in
shop,
or the pastry shop.
Yeah.
When she would go in the back, he would come in and get a coffee or a pastry or something, and then she would come out, catch him, and he'd be like, "Get out of here,"
Then the one time when she peeked up her head from behind the counter because she's short and he saw her there, that was so cute. Yes, I enjoyed that also. Their interactions I thought were really good.
What was one of yours?
Okay, so first of all, would you go on a honeymoon?
By myself?
By yourself? Like if you were going to get married and then something happened, like what happened, and then would you?
No.
I don't know if I would go by myself. I'm not a good traveler by myself, but I should be.
I would probably take someone because you probably couldn't get your money back, so you might as well go.
Well, it's true. She probably had another seat. I didn't think about that.
Right. So I would take someone because I enjoy it when I'm with somebody, I've traveled a lot by myself, and I've done things like I'll go see a movie by myself, but it's not the same.
Right.
When you have somebody to laugh with and somebody to, point out things when you're walking down a street, it's just better. Because pictures to me don't do it justice.
Right. And I'm too scared. Too much of a scaredy cat
there's that
right
aspect
now,
of it too.
I know, like our kids, we've raised wonderfully independent, strong girls.
Yes.
And they have good head on their shoulders. I know they don't too often do things. They're but and they're really smart about it. But they're much braver than I would be in terms of traveling alone.
They just go wherever they want to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I never did. I mean, I did sometimes, but not. I just prefer it. I don't know if I would. I think emotionally I'd be able to do it.
Right.
I think I would have that in me. It wouldn't be like it's supposed to be my honeymoon, but Well,
and the other part of that is just the language, the
language barrier.
Here in America, we really don't teach a second language the way we should.
You're right.
And for all y'all that are foreigners in other countries, it's not arrogance. I would have loved to, but they don't teach it early
right.
enough.
It's just not. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it really sucks.
I mean, well, it does. It's just when you go overseas, different countries are so much closer together and enmeshed, and I think it's almost a necessity.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion anyway.
But everybody speaks English.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's the hardest language to learn, right?
Okay.
Right. So one scene from me. I haven't told my scene yet.
Oh. Okay, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, I know we're just
we went off on a tangent.
Bye. Okay, so she goes on her honeymoon by herself. Yep. She goes in the room, and the room is all decorated and whatnot. And she is kind of sad. That would be a little hurtful, right? But then she's sitting on her little patio.
Yes,
and she's enjoying on the balcony. Yes, thank you. And she's just enjoying and just the scenery. I just loved it. And then when she picks up the bottle and drinks from the bottle, I'm like, that is my girl right there. That is her.
Yes. Yes.
I am here for that. Yeah. Now I would do that.
Yeah. I believe you. Yeah, that was a good scene.
I thought that was cool. I just thought that scene was pretty cute and fun. And yeah. So another one was just, you talked about it, the scenery when she's going around, all the architecture. Again, we're such a baby of a country here.
Yes, we are.
Everywhere else, it is beautiful. I would go to Italy.
Yeah.
Now I could eat the food there.
Oh, I would love.
I love me a pasta.
Probably gained
it would go
30, 40
straight
pounds.
to my hips, but it would be fun. The wine and the pasta, yeah.
Yes.
But so I loved all those shots. Also, like at the beginning when she's kind of roaming around and her mom's on the phone and kind of narrating some parts of it when she's seeing different tourist spots.
I had that too as a favorite scene because I loved how her mom said, "Yeah, we went to the what was it? Where they did painting, street art." And she goes, "But we didn't buy anything." And then she bought it.
She bought it, yeah.
And then there was another one when she said pizza or something.
Oh.
So her mom.
She said, "I know you love Chicago pizza, but you got to try the real thing."
The real thing. And she did. And there was a couple others that her mom didn't do, but then she did.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty good added
And we know
bonus.
I love Chicago pizza.
I know you do.
Don't come for my Chicago pizza.
There was some Chicago pizza in this one.
Don't come for my sauce on the top Chicago
where's the
pizza.
Cheese? Where's the cheese?
It's under the sauce.
Ooh.
Hello.
That was another good scene.
Hello. Yeah.
Another good scene.
Don't come for my pizza now. Those will be fighting words right there. Let's see. Another, the first view of the house.
Yes.
When she buys it.
Oh
and
my
it's
goodness.
like
Falling
a dump.
apart.
It reminded me of the movie The Money Pit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Money Pit.
Where she walks up and.
Oh, can you imagine that at every turn something breaks and you're like, oh my goodness.
Did you have any other favorite scenes?
Yeah. When the town gets together to watch the football game.
Yes, that was really cute.
I love the community of it all. You know? And she shows up and you can see the look on his face. He was so happy and he gives her a ball cap and they're screaming at the TV.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And then when they scored, I was like, go!
You were cheering right along.
So that was another one. I also loved when they went through the toll booth.
Yeah.
And the toll booth would say something and they were like, basta.
And they said it's like tradition or something for them to do.
I looked it up. It says enough, but I thought that they said something else. Shut up or something. But I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah. But I thought that was a funny added clip. I really liked, another scene or scenes when she's riding her bike around town. Now, you and I just watched the movie The English Patient. Yes. Which is not a Hallmark movie, but it's an Academy Award-winning best film movie. And it was... it looks dated now, of course, like most of them do, but it's so beautifully shot. And Juliette Binoche, who's one of the stars in it, or co-star, I guess, she rides her bike through that town that they're in. I don't even know. They're not in England, I don't think. I don't know what countryside they're in, but she rides her bike. They find this abandoned house that she stays in and she finds the bike there, right? And then she rides. And so that kind of reminded me of that. It would be kind of cool to just not drive everywhere. And I mean, if it was close enough to bike around in the countryside, bike into the small town, it just kind of, I liked that. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And of course the olive oil making scene. Oh, that was
I thought that was pretty cool. Who knew? I had no idea. I don't think I've ever watched anybody make olive oil, or not even on YouTube or something. Yeah.
But we don't have any olive trees.
Well, no, we don't.
But that's okay. How about when they first turned the power onto the house?
Yes, I have that as one of my. I thought that was really. Oh, you mean the scene where? Which scene are you talking about? Where the electrician is there.
Yes, Liara is down the other end of the hallway, and she's getting a phone call from Kyle, and the two
Leo and I don't know.
Leo calls her down the hallway, and they turn it on. And she says something, and the Italian electrician was like, "Huh?" And she was like, go ahead, turn it on. And she turns it on and the lights come on and they're all cheering.
They're excited.
And then all of a sudden it goes, and turns
that was
off.
Kind of funny. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
The electrician goes stomping off saying something in Italian. That was funny. That was a funny
that was cute. When you said the lights on, I thought you meant when she comes home from a date, I think, with Leo. Or maybe was it the soccer game? I can't remember. They come back to the house and she finally has electricity and all the the house is lit up.
Yeah, it looked gorgeous too.
Would you buy a house for €1, by the way?
You know, that's so crazy because I have that exact
Do you have that as a question?
Thing. Yes.
What do you have?
I said we should buy a €1 home.
I guess so. I'm not like mechanically or artistically or refurbishingly inclined, right? Have we met?
Well, what's funny is she sleeps.
Not that I wouldn't love to do it.
She sleeps there and the house has been abandoned for like 25 years.
We're going to get there. We're going to
Okay.
get there. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get there. All right, let's talk about it. She goes on that couch. I can't stand it.
Oh,
I don't know how she laid on that couch. It's been 25 years since somebody's been in there.
I know,
we
right?
may as well talk about it right now.
I mean, just think about the critters. And I mean, it's an open house. Things could get in, things can get out. I don't know.
When she laid down, I was like, oh, don't do it. The bugs, the whatever's in there.
There could be bed bugs. There could be rain, smell, mildew.
I am such a creature of comfort. I'm telling you, I could not. If you would have said, hey, we're going to stay in this house, I would have been like, bye. I'll see you in the town.
I'm going to stay at Mia's down the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My neighbor, hello. I know you're pregnant, but you have to host me because I'm not sleeping in that over there.
Have you been over there?
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
That was funny.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but you know what? She worked that house and got it. Her and Leo got it up and running, didn't they?
Well, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, they did.
All right. So you want to jump into cheers, biggest cheers?
Sure.
All right. What did you have?
We kind of talked about it. One of the cheers was when she's walking around the town doing the touristy things, and her mom. I just thought that whole scene worked.
Yeah, it did.
I just loved from the architecture, the scenery.
Yep.
Her mom being like, "Hey, go," like a narration slightly, but it's as though she's talking to her a lot, and she's not. And she does the fountain. I just thought all of that really worked. I really liked that. That would be one. What about you?
I just have to say Bocce.
Oh,
the donkey.
I didn't get the donkey thing.
I just
have
just
to
thought
admit
he
that
was,
you brought it up. I have to admit it.
The donkey in the
That's how
room,
you make a
right?
cheer.
Instead of the elephant in the room. But it was just something there, you know, instead of goats and sheeps and stuff like that, like in Ireland. I just felt like he was kind of cool. Well, Leo came around.
I just didn't get it. Well, Leo's not bocce. Hello.
No, I'm talking about he liked bocce.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, I have to accept it. It's your cheer. It's not mine.
I know. And another one was when you talk about her mother. I thought it was funny when she first saw the house, Liara, she told her mom to point the phone at it, right? So she points the phone at it, and she's like, "Mom."
Yeah, that was funny. I think I had that too.
So I just thought
that's actually cool. Us. We're not quite boomers, but it's like the kids would be like, "Turn it around, push the button, button right there." Yeah, that was kind of a cute little play on the modern technology.
I thought so.
And the age difference, right?
All right. Did you have another?
Another cheer. The chemistry, I thought, between the two of them, between Liara and Leo, really worked. I really like them both as actors, and I just thought their smiles are so genuine and kind. I love that they had, and I'm going into another cheer since we're talking about them, is that they had Leo. You know, he wasn't like this super jealous guy. Right. He didn't get angry. He didn't kiss her right away. He waited to make sure that she was really broken up with her, ex-fiance with Kyle. And I enjoyed that relationship part of it.
Yeah.
As that would be a big old cheer from me. And of course, the park scene with the kiss.
Oh, yeah.
They made him a really good guy. All of that worked for me.
That was the day. That was Sunday when no one does anything.
Oh, right.
He says, so lean on me. Let's sit back and look up and do nothing. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? Yeah.
No phones. I really like too. Just one more, a cheer would be when she's just kind of like what you were just talking about. She's sitting in her courtyard. The sun is shining, and she just has a bottle of wine on the table.
Right.
And she's looking at the donkey, or whatever, and she's just being in the moment, right? And we've seen a few movies like that recently. Just be in the moment, enjoy it,
listening
even if
to
your house
nature.
is falling apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So several big cheers there. Several big cheers. Of course, Chicago.
I know. Can we talk about the pizza?
We talked about the pizza. You want to talk about the pizza again?
No, when she was taking it over to Mia, and then Mia ended up having to go rush to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go through the toll booth again and again.
They both, and even Mia in labor, whatever the word is. Yeah.
So that was cute.
It's like, come on, go. Yeah.
Another one of my cheers was when they found out, because the postal lady brought over a box of letters and stuff that it collected over the years. And Leo found a letter from her dad. Yeah. From Liara's dad. And he did try to buy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The villa. And the reason he didn't was he ran out of time and had to leave the country.
Yep. And I love that. I love that full circle moment of the letter coming at the end. I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
I was not either.
When she brought all that mail, it wasn't even on my radar that maybe he had tried to buy it or written a letter. It should have been, but it really wasn't. That was like a surprise to me. So I enjoyed that.
Because apparently you only get 90 days in the country.
Yeah, do you
and then
think that's
have to.
True? Well, that part might be true. But like if you buy a house, you have 3 months to
get it up
renovate
to
it.
specs. Yeah.
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 You have to renovate it in the first 3 months and have to be done in a year.
Yeah. And then
Or you'll get fined. I wonder if that's true.
I don't know. I think it is.
We should look that up.
Yeah. Because they have an app for it. So I would assume that it's true.
Why'd you look up the app?
Yeah.
Or are you just talking about
No, there was a couple apps that they have.
Oh, okay.
You get so many days and then you have to get out.
Get out. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And my last cheer was when Liara, she was sitting outside, and I think this was the same one, and she took her phone and it was a picture of Bocce, and she changed it to her and Leo and told Bocce.
Oh, the same scene I was just talking about. Oh, yeah, it might have been where she was sitting out there with the wine and she made it her and her and Leo.
And she said, "Don't worry."
Yeah, and I really like the song. I had to look it up. I think it's the song that plays when she's touring the town. It's a song called "Lights On" by Carrie with a K, Kari Kimmel.
Okay.
I just really liked it. It reminded me of Carly Jespin's "Call Me Maybe."
Yes.
That's who I thought it was.
Music in this one.
That's who I thought maybe it was at first. But yeah, Carrie Kimmel, "Lights On" is the song. If anybody's interested.
There you go.
There you go. What about jeers? What you got? Any jeers?
I'm going to coin this word, okay?
Oh, boy. Okay.
It's the unmeet cute.
Unmeet cute.
I'm coining the word here.
Okay, you're coining the word. Yes, the unmeet cute. You did say that.
Douchebag Kyle. All right? He wants to go to Thailand.
He said douchebag
alone.
Kyle.
Right? Instead of with his fiance to Italy. How crazy is that?
Well, I just didn't buy it.
I know.
I didn't, most of the movie worked.
Yes.
That scene did not work for me. Because he comes in and he's like, I traded in my ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Thailand to find I just thought it was.
You would have whooped up on me. You would have like, no.
I just did not. Yeah. I didn't think that worked in the movie.
That was one of the scenes I didn't like.
Right. That was a jeer for me.
And then when he comes back, I didn't like that either.
Well, he's a little stalkerish. He's like, you didn't turn off your location.
Yeah. I don't think they needed to put that in there. I think the movie was moving along after that point. I loved the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to bring him back. Right. I just thought it was. Right. Oh.
Well, you always got to have that sort of, is she not? Is she done? Is she not done? One of my jeers would have been when Leo gives Liara a handful of stuff, like he gives her a box and the paint and, when she decides she's going to stay, and then he just leaves.
Yes.
He's like, and she knows no one.
Right.
She literally has no transportation. She's no electricity.
Yep.
How is she going to eat?
Exactly.
He's just like, here you go, bye.
Felicia.
And he wasn't like, he was like, well, I got to go. This is your thing, And I was like, you would leave someone like that?
Right.
But of course, she just met him. So it was kind of strange that he was there. I don't know. I just thought that was a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little.
We already talked about how there is zero chance I am staying in a house without electricity, no indoor plumbing, and making me sleep on a couch that is 25 years old. Never happening.
I get you. I hear you because I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Especially without checking it out and, hitting it with a broom or something and cleaning it off, at least making sure there's no other bugs in the thing. Oh, my God.
She just all I kept thinking was bugs, and no indoor plumbing. Where'd she go?
I know.
And I just, and I know it's Hallmark and I'm supposed to suspend all reality, but this is real. People buy houses all the time that are,
ones they have to renovate.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't. And then there's another scene where she says her phone is dead and he's like, bye.
I know.
And he just leaves. And I'm like,
but
she's out there in the middle of nowhere.
To his defense, she did say, but I'm going to go in town and I'll just.
I know. But he's like, okay, see you later. And he gets in his truck.
I know.
So those were, you said the thing about Kyle, and then those were a few of my cheers, but yeah. And then also, I really, just the two of them working on the house.
Yes. Well, there was three. There was the electrician.
Well, I guess it was supposed to be over 3 months, but would you get that much done in 3 months?
You can.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
If you're always working on it.
It depends on what,
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I stand corrected.
Well, I had one more, and that was the bike. Okay. Where A bite. Where does she get a bite from?
Well, it could have just been, okay, now see, I totally bought that because of the English Patient. We already talked about that.
Okay, but it was 25 years.
Okay.
There would have been no air in the tire.
Okay. That is a good point. That's a really good point.
Unless Mia let her borrow it. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll just go with that. I don't know, but that's a really good point that you bring up.
Okay.
I'll admit it.
Thank you.
That was a good cheer. There was one, I thought that they were in like this remote, beautiful, hilly
Hillside.
villa
Countryside.
until she goes to leave with Mia in the car when Mia goes into labor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to, Liara goes to drive her and has never driven. And then as she's she like the road is right outside of the hedges.
Yeah. Right.
What? I was
She didn't
confused.
have to go any down any dirt roads.
There was a road, and then there was like another highway behind
Yeah.
that. And I again was like, what?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was, but that was my own misconception of where they were, I
Right,
guess, you
right.
know? So that I'll own that one.
Yeah. And you pointed that out, and I was like, oh, yeah, look at that. There's cars going by. But that's okay.
Yeah. And the whole, we didn't talk about this as I had a couple more things that I really enjoyed. It was when you kind of mentioned the post office lady and she wins her over.
Yes.
I like that storyline of
That was a good
that the
storyline.
postal lady was kind of harsh at first and then came around to it. And then the very end when the whole town runs to her.
Yes.
That
she's
was
on
kind
the
of
bus,
fun
getting ready to leave.
and cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed it.
Leo's out of breath because
Yeah.
he's like, I got to run more.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. He's like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she also wins over Nona, too. So I thought that
Yep.
was good.
Yeah, Nona kind of sticks up for her with Enzo.
Enzo,
Remember?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you think Enzo kind of did her dirty, right?
Right.
But
by
he
selling
ended
her
up
that.
being a
and-
pretty cool dude.
Well, he says, "Did I not find someone for your
Yeah.
grandson?"
yes.
So he kind of set it up.
And
He
then-
did it on purpose,
and
allegedly.
then
Maybe
Nona was
We gotta
like,
think that.
okay, I'll let you slide.
Let's just slide.
So, and he gets let back into the bakery. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed in.
Yeah, he's allowed back in. So did you have anything else, or?
I think that might wrap it up for me. What about for you? Did you have any by the ways?
No, I think that was it. We talked about the scene cuts and.
Yeah, you.
Well, there was one. I want to talk about this real quick.
Okay,
Is when she had fallen off the ladder and he brought her back to his place and
Right.
she got to take a shower and he gave her
Yes.
some,
I think I know where you're going with- yeah.
anti-inflammatory medicine.
Right. For her
And
ankle.
he's leaving and she goes, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "Well, I have to do another job." And she said, "Oh, so you're cheating on the villa?" And he's like, "Well, it's just a sink and it's a fling. It's just a fling or whatever."
Yeah, they were
But
joking around.
He gets
a
in
bit.
his truck, right? They show him walking out of the house. He gets in his truck and the truck's driving somewhere and he's back at the house. And I'm like, what?
Oh, I totally. So that
Yeah.
was like weird editing.
It was a weird
thing.
edit. It's like he
Yeah,
left.
I missed.
And
yeah.
when the next scene was the car pulling up, and I thought he was at a different house, but it was actually back where he started.
Right.
So that's it. That's all I
right.
have.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I got you.
So out of 5 quirks, what would you rate this?
Probably lower if I had based it on my first watch.
Yes, me too. It would have been in the 3s, I think.
I would do a solid 4.
Yeah, I think so too.
I came around to enjoy it.
Yep.
I can suspend the whole working on the house thing a little
Yep.
bit, Leo leaving her thing a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was going to go 3.75 but I mean, I enjoyed it
I enjoyed it,
actually.
yeah.
It wasn't,
The acting
I mean,
was great.
I liked their chemistry. So yeah, I'd give it a solid 4.
Okay, so
What about you?
I give it a 4 too.
Samers. Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media. We'd love to have you leave us a review on our
We
Apple
would.
Podcasts or Spotify. Hopefully it's a positive one.
We hope it's a positive one. Be sure to join us next Wednesday for our review of the final 2025 Passport to Love movie, A Machu Picchu Proposal.
Yep.
It airs on Saturday, June 28th, 2025 on the Hallmark Channel. You can also join us on Tinsel Tuesdays for our Hallmark reviews of all things Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play.
Cheers.